Okay, welcome everybody to today's call, and I'm so excited to be here with Lenny Evans. He is the most incredible, amazing man in Isogenics. Let's give him some Aussie love. Yeah, he's over in California. He's an Isogenics millionaire, and he is such a dear friend of our team. And he's on today to share with us how to do a welcome call, a welcome three-way call, because when you're doing the Forever Pack, it is so important that we don't miss this step, as it's so vital for duplication. And Lenny, I'm going to hand it over to you because you are the master and the brains behind this Forever Pack that we are all loving. And I'm going to push mute and just give it all to you. Okay? Thank you so much for sharing your time and your wisdom and your heart with us.
Oh, you got it. And ever since our other Zoom, I've got all America doing this now. So let's do it again. I like it. It's awesome. That is so cool. So I am so excited about this, and I really want to honor my brother, Dave MacArthur, who really is the true genius behind the Forever Pack model. I've always had a love affair with our shake, and if you gave me 30 minutes to talk product, I'd use 20 to 25 to talk shake, and then cram all the other products into the last 5 minutes. That was me. You know, Cleanse Ionics, you know, I would name them all, the pillars, you know, I did that for years. And when Dave went away from it, I didn't quite see what he was doing. But when he came back and showed me that it was a new 1-2 punch with a shake, I was like, oh, like the heavens opened. I saw it. It was one of those things where I thought, oh my gosh, how did I not see this before? Like, it was one of those. Like, I hope you're seeing it too, right? And so one by one, we started taking away obstacles from people. We started taking away any chance for them to say no, little by little. And it continues on in the process. And that's why I've loved it. I've had to wrap my mind around the old fashioned three-way call is out the door. The old school three-way call that was clumsy and awkward, and nobody knew how to get on, and nobody really liked to get on. And it was so clunky that it never happened. And here we are listening to Jimmy Smith, the legend, say the number one most underutilized tool in all of network marketing is the three-way call, but we don't know even how to do it. So we've had to reinvent. That's the word. We've had to reinvent the three-way call and take away obstacles. So we've taken away the clunky obstacle of getting on. It's so cool. It's so cool. And I'm going to explain what that means in a minute. But back to the Forever Pack, think about Dave calls them grievances, and I call them obstacles or barriers. And Jim Coover took away a big obstacle about 4 years ago when he removed the ability to get the Social Security number in the sign-up process. Boy, was that a big help for a lot of people. That was I don't know about Australia, but here in the States, huge problem. That was an obstacle. That was a grievance. So we took that one away. We didn't really realize that that was such a cool thing, but it really was. As we got into this, we took away cost, we took away the price, we took away confusion, we took it all away. We've taken it all away, like every little bit, and we've taken away the reason for someone to ever say no to auto ship or ever go off auto ship because of the ease and simplicity of the way the Forever Pack makes them feel and come alive, right? So anyway, I just wanted to kind of paint the picture there. I've really had to really think and do, oh gosh, over 100 Forever three-way welcome calls now, where I'm the mentor. And so what I want you guys to see real quick is that the way I see it, the way I actually see, hold on, I'm getting my little whiteboard. The way I like to look at the whole picture of, I'm looking, I wasn't going to write on a little whiteboard, but I am now. Hold on. Okay, so just imagine always, you know, I've always thought that, you know, we're in one of those pyramid things, right? We're in a pyramid thing, but I kept thinking, gosh, the pyramid thing seems so wrong. So every time you guys make a pyramid, I want you to get in the habit of flipping it. I think we've had it all wrong because a pyramid makes it look so weird.
Lenny, can you turn off your light? You know how you've got that great new light? Can you turn it off? It's just blurring the board.
Oh, sure. Is that better?
So, perfect. You've just got to go really close to the camera on your computer.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, it's just a triangle, but it's inverted. And what I want you guys to get in the habit of is over in the left here for the forever three-way welcome call. It's going to be the new friend. You know, that's the whole thing is for them. So in the upper left, I always like to have that be the new friend. And then over here is the leader. In this case, almost, well, for sure, every one of you. And then down here is the mentor. And, you know, really, that's the ISA guy. If you really think about the ISA guy, the ISA guy's at the bottom supporting their team. And so the three-way call is all about how that mentor is down at the bottom, and that's how we can change our state. Matter of fact, every day, everybody should be doing that for a couple minutes. You can literally, our ISA A guy changes your state before a phone call. It's amazing. And so think about the mentor, because you're all going to become mentors right away. You're going to start doing these calls because it's so easy. And then when you become the mentor, it's fun because you're just really, it's so fun because your whole role with the leader is to give credibility. And the only job the leader has is setting it up and giving credibility to the new friend and credibility to the mentor. That's all the real role is. And then the mentor takes over. The mentor takes over for the whole call. And so basically, at the end of the call, I'm going to go through the 7 steps of a three-way welcome call. But I'm trying to paint this picture that it's like it's the first way you welcome somebody into their new world. You don't go overwhelm them. Well, we are today with a Zoom. I always think that a three-way welcome call is like putting your toe in the water. It's like, okay, I can get on a call. And now you want to see me? Oh my God, I got to do my hair. Got to make sure my bald head isn't too shiny. Like, what am I going to do on a Zoom? You know, I got to put clothes on. And so, like, I like a three-way welcome call normally. And then the next graduation is the Freedom Day Zoom. Now, today is not about the Freedom Day call / Zoom, but you are going to learn. I'm going to teach you that too, because that is oh, you guys, this is so exciting. This is so exciting. The simple step. There's 7 steps I've got I'm calling it the cycle to cycle more. Like, we all want to cycle more, right? We all want more cycles. More cycles is the most beautiful thing in the whole world. Doubling your cycles is what the Forever Pack can actually do. Really, truly, it's amazing. So let me just kind of name the 7 steps real quick. And the first 3, we're just going to go through. We've been going through that on the boot camp. I don't know how many people have watched one of the boot camps with Dave MacArthur, Willie. Yeah, that's pretty good stuff, huh? And so that's just the first 3 steps of my 7 steps. So step 1 is you come alive. Step 1 will always, you come alive. What the world needs is people that come alive. And that's what you have to start with, is you knowing that these products are helping you come alive, like for real. Like, it's feeding your brain. You understand how the branched chain amino acids can cross the blood-brain barrier, raise your serotonin, and make you happier. Like, that is profound knowledge, right? And then how everything else is back to the telomere support. And I know we're working on the words we can use if we're going to say cell or telomere, but you know, I know you guys are like really on top of that. But the bottom line here, guys, is that step 1 is you come alive. Step 2 is you invite to ignite. So that's all about teaching the art of making your list. And I like to have a journal. I think it's so smart to have a names journal and try to teach this whole idea that, wow, everybody deserves to have a journal, and maybe even put just like 1 name per page, and write notes about that person and make it sacred, you know, like living, breathing document, because you're going to be working from the top 10 at a time. You always just default to your next top 10, your next top 10, your next top 10. That's really what you're working with each week. The next top 10 of your list, and your list could have hundreds, right? So step 2 is invite to ignite. Step 3 is what I call get to the message, and then the golden question. So what that means really is you're just going to be inviting people. If I sent you a short, really awesome video, you know, when would you watch it, or would you watch it? That's step 3, is getting to the golden question. And then of course you guys know that you can look at a rock all day and you can see how pretty it is and everything, but until you flip it over, that's asking it the golden question. And that is, are you ready to get started? No more talking until they talk. the longer the silence, the bigger the yes. It's really true. And so then we ask the golden question. That's how you flip a rock. And that's the accountability you have to your accountability partner, is each day, what is your intention for rock flipping? Do you intend to flip two rocks? Anyone that successfully flips 2 rocks a day is going to become a millionaire. It's just a matter of time, because if you ask the golden question twice a day, the odds of getting one person once in a while to say yes are pretty high when it comes to this, right? Because it's such a logical decision all the way around. So that's step 1, 2, and 3. Now, step 4 is the welcome call. Now, that's what we're focusing on right now, is step 4. Step 5 is, I call it test to testimony, because I believe that with a testimony of the Forever Pack, anything is possible. And without a testimony of the Forever Pack, nothing is possible. And that's my favorite quote that I came up with in a very long time right there, because it's true. And so the 30-day test is a testimony period. A test leads to testimony. Who's that one guy that always yells when he teaches? Les Brown. Les Brown. The guy that always says, you gotta be hungry. You know, that guy. And then he says, no test, no testimony. And that's where I got it. I'm like, oh yeah, but I have to reverse that, because I don't want to say the word no test. I want to say test already, like do it, like the Nike swoosh, you know? So test it out. You're going to get a testimony. With the testimony, anything's possible. That's step 5. Step 6 becomes the Freedom Day call. Now that's where we're going to start talking about, oh my gosh, this universal principle called leverage that all rich people access to gain residual income. But most people like me, and I teach this on the call, and we'll go through those steps too, is we're raised thinking linear income, that I had to come get a job and be linear about it. And now I learned about residual, and that's what we want to teach you with this Forever Pack thing. It's residual. And then we teach them that. And that Freedom Day is like amazing, because we get right to what their Freedom Day amount of money is per month, and we can show them how many rocks they'd have to flip on their own to get to it. Oh, and we can show you too. How cool. So, and then step 7 is a leader is born. And that's when I'm going to really help all of you see that network marketing is, Kathy Cooper says, you've got to work with your generals. You can't just work with the whole world. You got to work with your top 10 max. You know, first it's 5, then it's 6, then it's 7, and you do a weekly call, and you really dive in and you help them serve their people. So I call it now, the agenda really is, how can I help you flip your rocks? That's the agenda. And that's home parties and expos, and oh my gosh, there's so many fun ways. You know, like you guys are doing chiropractic meetings now, and I think it's so awesome. That's where it's at. I believe in home parties all day long. I love them. I love them. I love them. So let's get into the welcome call now. There's really 7 steps, and I'm going to try to hold this so you can kind of see it. Maybe take a screenshot of it. I'm not sure how good this is going to look. Can you even really see it?
No, Lenny, we can't really see it. I've sent the picture to everybody who's on the call, so all of them have got it in front of them.
Okay, then I'm just going to put it behind this, and so I can talk to you guys about it, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, all right. So let's just go through it, though, because it's so phenomenal what we're diving into right now. So step 1 is a quick intro. This should not take more than 1 or 2 minutes. This is the leader, introduces both, gives credibility to both quickly, doesn't go on and on at all about any accolades of the mentor, except for, hey, this is Lenny. He has helped thousands of people transform their health, and I trust him. That is like the most beautiful, simple thing in the world, because once you trust, then there's that transference, right? That's all they know about me. That's all they need to know about me. That's, you know, no one needs to know what somebody's like a 3-star. What does that even mean? You get 3 stars. It doesn't make any sense. Leave jargon out of the whole welcome call. So then what I always like to say next, of course, is that as soon as the leader does the edification of both, they pretty much just put tape on. And I always like to have my duct tape right here, just as a reminder. You know, it's so good to have, because I just want to say this real quick, you know, that the 3-way welcome call, if Rachel is my leader and I'm her mentor, I'm doing this primarily for her. not for the new person. Although the new person's going to get massive value from it, but it's for Rachel, because she's going to learn how I say what I say. And that's magic. And that's the money. And what happens in step 4 is magic too, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. So remember, leader connects and edifies the two in the triangle, the upside down triangle, and listens and takes notes right along with them with the tape on. Not Facebooking, not messaging, really focused, okay? Number 2, the mentor you're going to see is the first thing the mentor does, and I want this to be step 2, is congratulates the new Forever Pack person. It's like a, hey, you know what, we just wanted to really call you and congratulate you for your, making this very wise investment in your health. We really believe that our number one wealth is our health. And I say that pretty much every time, just like that. And they're like, well, thank you. And I go, and it's a call usually. So I say, so anyway, I'd be giving you a really nice virtual high five right now. Just give it to me. And it kind of breaks the ice for a second, right? And then I go right into Dave MacArthur 7 steps, which are in the back of foreverpack.com. And that is, hey, we want to make this about you. So if there were 1 or 2 things you can improve about your health, what would be at the top of your list? Now that is such a genius question, and it's the way I start every 3-way welcome call, because it's all about them and they always have something to say. And there I am with my pen and my paper, and I have a little cool form, and we'll make one. You guys will have one shortly. I was talking to Rachel about that. And then you just write, you put number 1 blank, number 2 blank, and then you write their number 1 thing and their number 2 thing. And then you let them kind of talk about it. And it's just cool. You're just listening. And you know what? Listen. Everybody listen. They have 4 ears listening to them, and most people never have 2, not ever, for weeks. No one listens to anyone anymore. This opens up the floodgate of vulnerability and trust when you start listening. And then I always repeat back what they said. And that's part of step 3. But you listen for 1 and 2, you repeat it back, and I say, thank you so much for sharing that. And now Dave and I, we were going deep into bury your testimony right here. Well, would you mind if I shared my short story with you, like I taught David Wood to do, right, years ago? And there's a time and a place for that, but not here. I think that what we're saying is no matter what their things were, I've proven this every time, no matter if it was more energy, lose inches, lose pounds, better sleep, whatever, I have found that no matter what they say, in America, we're saying, wow, you know what? I just want you to know, I want to thank you for sharing, number 1. Number 2, that's a telomere issue. I'm so excited because of the science I learned about, and that at the end of the day, things can be traced back to the very inside of the nucleus of the cell. Maybe we can say the nucleus of the cell that way. I don't know how we're going to say it in Australia. But I say it's either like that or it's a lack of minerals. Now, remember that these people are already in. That perfect time to do a forever welcome call is in between the order and the day it arrives. That is money. Every time it happens, it's money in the bank, every time. And I'm going to explain why. But it's so vital. Now, if you miss it by a day or 2, just forget about it. No, I'm kidding. The name of the training is, it's never too late to do a welcome call. It's never too late to do a welcome call. That's my new title, because it's never too late to do a welcome call, because the goodness and the yumminess that comes out of this 3-way welcome call is profound. Okay, so step 3, again, we listen to their 1 or 2 things. And if you ever make the mistake, here's how I ask the first question on a Freedom Day call. I say, hey, Kim, since this is a Freedom Day call, let me ask you, if there were 1 or 2 things you could improve about your financial life, what would be at the top of the list? And they're going, oh, I got to make more money. I got to get out of debt. Like they go, that's such an easy one. That's why I lead the Freedom Day call with money. You can lead anywhere and people to answer the question. So sometimes I say things like, if you could improve anything about your health or any part of your life, what would be at the top of your list? And so many times they say, I don't have enough time. They say I don't have enough time, and I just write that down. I get so excited. I have to chill out, right? Because of what I'm about to teach you guys. So no matter what they say, you say, well, I'm super excited about it because you're about to really have 1 and 2 happen. Like you're going to have more energy. You're going to have this, you're going to have that. And I'm excited for you because you know what? The Dr. Bill Andrews, the geneticist, he said that it cannot not work in the human body. It works 100% of the time. That is profound, you guys. That is just pretty profound. And so that is that. Then I say, so, hey, we're going to go ahead and ask you to do some simple things, you know, because we feel like this is a simple system. We want to talk about the program for just a minute. And that's step 4. And I just want to say, I don't know, you know, I oftentimes will say things like whatever's on my heart, and you got to go with it on your heart right here. But I'll say things like, and I said, you have Rachel as your coach and your leader. I mean, she is so amazing. Like she always shows up for calls when she says she's supposed to. You have her right there with you. And she has coached so many people to success. I mean, she's someone I look to for coaching. So really take her coaching seriously. You see what I did? In 15 seconds, I gave reverse credibility back to you, the leader. The mentor can do that, and alone the mentor can do that. And you just sped up your life about 2 months. You're welcome. I just gave you some serious time in your life, right? Because reverse cred, you can't sit there and go, oh man, I'm such a great coach. I rock. I surprise myself. I mean, there's such a line for people wanting to coach with me. It's really amazing. You know, you can't do that, and nobody would, and I get that, but there's no other place to do it unless it's this call. We're in step 4. The mentor gives the credibility reverse. I call it reverse cred. It's reverse cred, and it goes back to the leader, and that's where it happens, and it must happen, and it speeds everything up. That's why you can honestly say that the Forever 3-Way welcome call, sometimes it feels like you have to slow down to speed up. This is one of those times. I promise you. It feels like it's slow, but it's not. It's an illusion. It makes everything better because of what's about to happen. So I say, here's step number 1. And what I'm doing now for all the people that I sign up, I'm buying them their own journal and sending it to them because I haven't got Isagenix to put it in yet, but they're going to. I've created a man crate, well, an ISA crate, with the Forever Pack idea with the pH test strips. So what it would have is the pH test strips, because I like them to get those too. This is for you guys too from now on because it's genius. The measuring tape for sure. I've thrown away the scale too. I don't even want people really weighing in. That's another whole issue. But the measuring tape, and then the journal is everything. So I say, hey, are you in the habit of journaling? And they I don't know what they're going to say. It's so fun. Sometimes they're like, oh my God, I was journaling this morning. I'm like, oh my God. But sometimes they say, no, not really, you know. And I say, well, you know what? This is going to really be something that's going to really help you know what's going on and what's working. And so basically, whoever the person's name is, I say it's Sarah, say, I want you to go in your journal right before you start the Forever Pack and write just the day in the life of Sarah. And that's what I call it every time, but I use that person's name. Like, when are your energy flows? When are your mood shifts? You know, when do you get tired? You know, when are you reaching for Starbucks? You know, whatever. Because, you know, we were figuring out the other day, just giving up Starbucks, 1 coffee a day is really close to $200 a month. You know, that's kind of crazy. That's almost $2,500 in a year. Like, and people right away are like, this is so weird. I'm not feeling like I need to drink coffee. Like the things that people say, right? So the journal, the day in the life of, and then we say, okay, so then we're going to want you to measure. And so the company doesn't give the chart anymore. So you got to be on your game and send them the chart. We don't want to miss an inch, you guys. It's all about inch loss. And right there by the measuring, write skinny jeans, because you want them to go into their closet and find that skinny pair of jeans that they just refuse to throw away, but you're going to resurrect them, baby. And they're going to go in every Sunday and they're going to try those jeans on. And even on the Forever Pack, you guys have to start believing in this. I have people losing 17 pounds in 17 days on the Forever Pack because we're replacing one meal that's 240 calories and you're replacing one that was way too many, and you're getting all the minerals in your body satiated. It's revolutionary what can happen in the human body, especially with isogenesis, you guys. The greatest antioxidant in the world, I guess we'll call it. But back to the journal. So they're journaling, and they're gonna try their skinny jeans on once a week. They're gonna measure once a week. Yes, taking pictures is awesome. Yes, I know it seems like a lot, guys, but it's not. pH test strips, they cost like 4 cents, and it's not urination, it's saliva, right? I had a lady the other day go from 5.4 to 6.2 in 3 days. She was crying because her only goal. I said to her, I said, what's your number? What if you could change one or two things? She says, I want to start making better choices. I'm like, oh, don't even get me started about what's about to happen right now, because when you put the shake in your body and you give your body all these missing minerals, you're going to start making better choices. It's a miracle. So in your journal, I want you to put number one, well, there's a few things here, but next, track your cravings. Start noticing what you're craving. It's amazing. Imagine craving healthier food. Now, see what I just did? I did a little NLP. So, but still, you guys are going to be learning these words, right? Imagine this, imagine that, and it's so cool. So just imagine, and then you guys, I don't want to go too deep into the branched chain amino acids, but I think you guys all should resurrect this book right here. Since the shake is the 50% of the Forever Pack, this book is a gold mine. It's Dr. John Gray. He wrote a book called The Mars and Venus Diet and Exercise Solution. And on page 17, he talks about isogenics, page 21. He says, you could either do what I used to do and buy all my supplements from China, or you can just do what I do now, and that's order isogenics in this book. That's what got me to say yes 15 years ago. And then he explains that because of the branched chain amino acids in their most pure form in our shake, and the fact that John Anderson, in his genius, got it to be live enzyme active. So these little active enzymes are like Ubers, transporting all the branched chain amino acids and vitamins and nutrients and minerals everywhere it's supposed to go. Then it crosses, and that's why he had like so many hundreds of women go off their pills that their doctors had prescribed them for their chronic sadness. And yes, I can say chronic sadness. So that's crazy. Like, we're having happy shakes. Just get excited about it and start telling them in their journals, look for better moods, better cravings, better sleep. That's another one, better sleep, mental clarity, better memory. I'm just telling you what people are reporting all over the country and in Australia. It's so cool. So, and the last thing in your journal, I just want you to have one more little entry, and it's called saving time. I just want you to start to become aware that every single time you replace breakfast, lunch, or dinner, because we don't really care what meal you replace, there's really no coaching, it's your call. A lot of people tend to start with breakfast, but I find my best days are the days I do all three. I'm about to blend up a birthday cake right now, and you owe me a hokey pokey, don't forget. So so I just want to say that you're going to start to notice that in your breakfast routine, you save time. Time is the most valuable commodity we have. I want you to start becoming aware of it. When you replace breakfast, it'll be that much time, about 15 minutes a day, but it adds up. That's a couple hours of free time in 1 week. Make a point here. You're changing their life. And if they replace dinner, that's an hour. So that's saving time. Number two, saving money. And I always ask people to get a money jar. I really do. I know you guys just do this. It's so genius, right? So in the money jar, it's going to be by their blender, and they're going to have a little pad of paper for IOUs, because they're going to think about it once a day, and whatever meal they replaced, they're going to think about the difference between the cost of a shake, which is about $3. With isogenesis, it's $5.50 here in the States, but that's still a lot cheaper than anything they're going to find for dinner, lunch, or breakfast. And so they're going to save, by a week or two, they'll have $50, $100 in their jar. You guys, genius. Number three, they're for sure going to have a health improvement. We haven't even talked about money, earning money or anything. That's that. So that's number 6. Really step 5 and 6 is all about this journaling and what to look for. So step 5 is journaling to get their testimony. And then step 6 is all the things they can look for. Really, 5 and 6 could almost be the same thing as I'm looking at this. But you just don't want to forget about it. Especially, you're setting up their testimony for time, money, and better health. It's genius. And they're going to get it. Guess what? They're going to have a time-saving testimony before they have a health improvement testimony. They're going to have a money-saving testimony before they have a health improving testimony. And then the last question I ask, and here it is, step 7. And I even told Eric Hoover, I really think we should change the languaging in the company. Instead of 100% satisfaction guarantee, I say we have a 100% gratitude guarantee. We are so sure that you'll be 100% grateful or you get your money back. Now, we could say that because we could say whatever we want because they get their money back, right? But what is inherent in the law of gratitude? When you're grateful, you share. So right at the end of the Forever 3-Way Welcome Call, I say as the mentor, hey, we got this gratitude guarantee. We're so sure that you're going to be grateful. Let me ask you a question. As you become grateful or when you become grateful for your results, would you be willing to pay this forward and share it with people? Every time they say yes. Every time they say yes. It's like Jimmy Smith said, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, but you can say the wrong thing to the right person at the wrong time. That's the right time. The right time is, man, they're just so excited to get this testimony now. And that is money, you guys. And then you're going to have people getting testimony. You're not talking about diarrhea anymore. You're not talking about cleansing through poo-poo and pee-pee. You're talking about this first call to just set them up and make them feel valid and important and what to look for. Then they get a testimony in like 3 areas. Boom, you guys, we're going to move into the Freedom Day call so fast it can make your head spin. And so you're going to be starting to teach the numbers, the power of 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. We're not taking the work out of network marketing. We're just putting the work in the right areas. You still got to do the work, but we're not going to be, we're not health coaches anymore. You know, people are all afraid of compliance. It's because we had all these self-imposed health coaches running around telling people when to eat and when to poop. It's so silly. Now we're not doing any of that. The only coaching I can have, again, they say, but when should you take your shake? I say that my best days are the days I replace all 3 meals with a shake. So just play with it. And now they get thinking, oh my gosh, he does all 3. That's crazy. And I do. The day, I didn't ride my bike that far today, but I had a shake this morning. I rode about 20 miles on my mountain bike, and then I had a shake. You know, I mean, that I just live for it. It feeds me, right? That's what happens. So this whole gratitude model is so beautiful. So what we're saying here is, who is the Forever Pack for? It's for anyone that eats and anyone that's aging. And then when you're building with this model, remember that it's the confused mind that stops and gets frustrated and wants to quit. You ever felt it? That's a confused mind. But a clear mind moves forward. Clarity brings certainty, and certainty always influences the other person in a conversation. So a clear mind moves forward and a grateful heart shares. We're setting up the gratitude in the 3-Way Welcome Call. They are going to be calling, oh my gosh, so fast, getting so excited. So now the mentor's out of the picture. The mentor's out of the picture until 3 things happen. Until that new person gains a testimony. There's 3 things they need to get on a Freedom Day call. Let's just go there. They get a testimony. They have to watch the Dave MacArthur 20-minute video in the back of foreverpack.com on the comp plan. And lastly, they need to understand the geometric progression of numbers by doubling a penny on their own. And if they can do those 3 things and get on a Freedom Day call with you and me and them again, or your mentor, oh my gosh, it's game over. They get so excited. They become one of your builders. They become one of your rock stars. So that's the 3-Way Welcome Call. And I guess we're going to go through a few and record them. Right, Rachel?
Yeah. Hey, Lenny, Jade is already here on the call.
Okay.
And she snuck away from her gorgeous kids. Jade, I'm going to unmute you. Do you want me to get all the leaders off, babe? Or are you happy for them to stay on for yours? It's up to you.
No, I don't mind. It's fine.
I'm going to hand it over to Sarah to introduce you, but I've heard so much about you, and thank you so much. I know we're running a tiny little bit behind time. So
no,
Sarah,
that's cool. It's all good. All good.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, thanks, Jade, for jumping on. I really appreciate it. Jade's away at the moment with her kids, so
Hi.
So
Hi.
this is Lenny. So Lenny's an absolute superstar from the States. He's helped thousands of people transform their health, and I trust him so much. I'm so excited to be here today to do your welcome call with you.
Amazing.
Lenny, this is Jade, one of my beautiful friends. She's a mum of 3. She's super passionate about her health, and also creating an amazing income for her family. So Jade's just got started. Well, just ordered her Forever Pack, so I'm so excited for her to get started.
Oh my gosh, that is so great. Jade, hi.
Hi, how you going?
Oh, so good. Thank you. Well, hey, I know this is a little awkward, but I think it's awesome. And we're just all learning how to do a 3-way welcome call. I've been doing hundreds, but now we're all going to learn with you. Is that okay? Okay. So I just wanted to ask you, well, first of all, we wanted to say super congratulations for trusting Sarah and saying yes to this investment, because I really know I've been doing this for a long time, and I know that this is just a brilliant investment in your personal health, and I want to congratulate you for that. So
thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you have a chance to ever watch any of the videos about the science of the different products?
I watched a couple of videos about the science of the isogenesis.
Okay.
And that's what totally sealed the deal for me completely. It makes perfect sense for all the knowledge that I had previously about nutrition and about, bioavailability of different ingredients in nutrition. And it makes perfect sense to me. Absolutely makes perfect sense. And I don't understand why the whole world is not taking this. So, we run out, all our food is so depleted in terms of nutrition. It really is, it's not the same as what it was 50 years ago when you're having a piece of fruit or a vegetable. So it makes perfect sense to be having a supplement of that caliber. So.
I'm so excited that you are so you probably know more about that than most everyone that I talk to. That is so exciting. And one of the things that our formulator, John Anderson, is also known for, and he'll probably win some kind of a Nobel Prize or at least an attempt at it someday, is his ability to get minerals into the bloodstream, his delivery system, and so he's able to keep the enzymes active and freeze dried. It's the trippiest thing, cold pressed protein. Yeah, it's
amazing.
And so then that's a big deal too. So we're getting not only the missing minerals, but a way for the minerals to get delivered to the body. That's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Well, let me ask you this then, because you seem like on top of your health game and, everything. But if you could improve 1 or 2 things about your personal life, your health, what would be at the top of your list, Jade?
I think efficiency and consistency for me personally. I have a pretty busy life with 3 boys. And so sometimes obviously kids don't like to eat as healthily as what an adult would like to eat. So sometimes you kind of get into a bit of a jam where you're like, yeah, okay, whatever, you can just have party pies or you can just have, frozen chips or whatever else, because you just got to get it done because you're poor on time. But then your health ends up suffering because you end up eating, something less than what you would prefer. So definitely efficiency and consistency are the 2 things that I have issues with, in my lifestyle. So, but they're manageable. So it's just a matter of implementing the right processes, and I suppose keeping myself held accountable and just being non-negotiable about those things.
Wow, that's beautiful. Gosh, those are 2 of the very best things I've ever heard. Again, I've done hundreds of these, and
I've thought about it a lot.
Well, here's the thing too. I think the thing too, most people go right to some physical thing, and I love that you are efficiency and consistency, like boom, boom, like you've really thought this through. This is really huge. Some of the women that I work with in the States are in this campaign that I helped them come up with the slogan. We call it "No Child Left Behind." Yeah. What that means is every child absolutely not just deserves, but needs one of our shakes in their body once a day, because there's no way for a child to get proper nutrition in the real world because of the mineral deficiency, right?
Yeah.
But then I was thinking the other day, like, yes, no child left behind, but what do they, when you're on an airplane and the lady says, if you go, you know, if there's an accident and you have to breathe the oxygen mask, does she say put it on your baby first?
No, put it on yourself first.
So you, Jade, get that Forever Pack in you, because you're going to be getting the minerals and the telomere support. I don't know if we're supposed to call that, Sarah, you know, or the cellular support. You know, I know there's some words that we can and can't use in Australia that I'm just learning about right now. But bottom line is, you're going to start to see some things, though, Jade, as healthy as you are. That's what I kind of want to dive into right now, is how this is going to bless you in the next like couple weeks. Okay, is that cool?
Yeah, sure.
So first of all, you get, you know, the free coaching of Sarah, and you have access to Rachel, and I just think that's like a dream team. You guys are just going to take over that area. There's no doubt about it in my mind. And so just know that, you know, Sarah really knows her stuff. She's passionate about it. She had this courage and vulnerability to get vulnerable enough to ask you. You know, that's vulnerable. You know, that's the only thing that we need to get over when we start to build this business, is being able to ask it and not take it personally if they say yes or no. Thank God you said yes. Now, I don't know if you said no 4 times before, but did you? No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Sometimes I told the lady no like 3 times before I said yes. I told her no, stop bugging me. And then I said yes. You know, so everybody has a different story that way, right? But that's a big part of this, and you get that coaching. And so part of that coaching is we're going to ask you to do a few things starting today or this week. When are you going to start the program, Jade? Have you decided?
Well, I've just ordered all of my stuff. So hopefully that arrives on the Monday, and I'll be back from my holiday on Sunday night. So, I would say Monday to be honest. Be Monday. Use the next couple of days to get my head around a few things, and then really dive into it from Monday. So.
Okay, well, remember that the thing that I love about it is just starting the program is going to immediately start helping you with number 1 and number 2. It's going to start making you more efficient. I know it's crazy, but it is. And more consistent right away. Because the efficiency of the time savings in the breakfast routine or lunch routine or dinner routine, and we're not even saying that's up to you. Like, I found that my very best days are when I really truly do replace all 3 of my meals with a shake. I've been doing 2 shakes a day for 15 years. It's amazing what's happened to me in my life, and I'm 56 years young, I like to say, and I'm just getting started. And I rode my mountain bike 20 miles already this morning. I'm probably going to go out again later to watch fireworks from it. But the bottom line is, you know, you'll start to play with that and get into a routine. Yeah. And so for that first month, though, just like replace one of the meals, and then the four caps a day of the isogenesis. And if you forget the 2 in the morning, take all 4 at the same time. Just get the whole bottle in your body, and make sure you do at least a shake a day. Now, your boys are going to want it, right?
Yeah.
So a couple things about that. When you're when it's time for your boys to have a shake, make it a big deal. Like, I do this a lot for my people, and I make it like a milkshake. Like, I might even use a little almond milk and the shake powder and a little organic peanut butter and a little organic banana, and let them blend it. And it's a freaking milkshake, man. Are you kidding me? And then they're like, Mom, that's what you had? Like, freaking out, right? And now they want it. But they're not going to make it anymore. You are. So always pure water and ice and peanut butter. Heck yeah, I do organic peanut butter in almost all of mine. It's not about weight loss for me. It's about, I've been doing it for 15 years. I love peanut butter. But just make it really fun for them on that first one so they love it, because once they start craving it, a lot of things are going to start to happen. So that's what when Sarah asks you to do some of these things, just know that she knows what she's doing, and she's a rock star. Okay. So, okay. So now I'm going to ask you to start journaling. Are you in the habit of that already?
Yeah. Every day.
Okay. So I just want you to have like a new section of your journal, or dedicate a whole new journal to the new me. And really it's all about, you know, you're really showing yourself some self-love right now by making this decision to invest in this for you. Because, you know, moms usually give to everybody else. If there's anything left over, they get some, right? So you are really showing yourself self-love by saying yes to this right now, which I love. So use the journal to, first of all, before you start, maybe Sunday night late, write a day in the life of Jade. and write about your day and when you get tired and when you are energetic and when your best times are and when your moods go, like however your moods go and your energy flows and when you might want coffee or whatever, and how your sleep has been, and things like that. Okay. So, and then in that journal, you're going to get a tape measure.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sarah's going to send you a chart, and there's 13 places on your neck, 3 places on each arm, 3 places on each leg, your whole torso, a bunch of places. And so we don't want to miss an inch, even though you're super fit. For every 3 inches, it's the visceral fat on the inside of the body that is lost. That is money. Yeah. And then we like people to try on their skinny jeans as well. It sounds like you probably fit into all yours, but if you can find a pair,
I'd like to be a size smaller.
If you can find a pair that you hanging on to, but just because they're so cute. But we like to do the skinny jeans test once a week, and that's just what that is. And also, no additional exercise than what you've been doing. We want the only thing that you change is to add the Forever Pack into the next 30 days, so that you know that at the end of the test period, that it was the Isojet, that was the Forever Pack that really caused the change in you. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And then we also recommend, and this is kind of funny, but even healthy people like you get these pH test strips that are saliva based. They're like $1, and you can test your own pH, and it shows up right then. Do it before you start, and then once a week to see how it affects your alkalinity, Jade.
Okay.
Alkalinity is the key of life. And the Forever Pack is guaranteed to shift you into an alkaline state very quickly. And when an alkaline body is alkaline is healthy, and a healthy body craves healthy food. So in your journal, I want you to track your cravings to see if you can even tell even a slight difference in not craving sweets or processed food as much, and more towards always, the healthier choice. Not because you're like, feeling deprived, because you're really craving it. I want you to notice, okay?
Okay.
It's huge. And then also your moods, because of the branched chain amino acids in our shakes, both the undenatured way and the plant-based. Not only does it create glutathione, which is in Latin, the toxin hunter. So the shake is actually going in and helping remove toxins. That's brilliant in and of itself. But it's the branched chain amino acids that are the brain health that really boost the serotonin and really affect your mood. So I want you to really be aware of that. Okay. I know it seems like I'm having you do so much here, but I know Sarah's taking notes, and it seems like a lot, but I just get so excited about it because you're going to really start to see this start to happen in your life, and the consistency and the way that you can get nutrition in your body and know it. It almost is like licensed to eat whatever. I know, don't tell anybody else that, but it's not a diet. We're not asking you to even change anything. It's you're going to change.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just a couple more things I want you to become aware of, really. And that is that you're going to be saving time every day because it takes about 2 minutes to put together the shake, put ice, water, blend, drink, do the dishes. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's amazing, right? And so like if it used to be 18, you just saved 16 minutes a day. And that's for breakfast. But if you do lunch or dinner, it's even more. So I want you to start tracking it to see how you are going to nail efficiency right there for personal. And then when you get your boys on it, again, it's going to be efficiency times 4. Imagine that. That's revolutionary. And then also, I do like people to become aware of the fact that our shakes are so inexpensive that no matter what meal you replace, you're saving money. And I like people to have a little money jar just to be aware of for a week or two, just to see, wow, I really am saving money. Like where could I possibly get a full course meal for $5? And that includes the isogenesis, the only asset known in the world to support your telomeres. That's pretty remarkable. So really, that's really about it. And I think I've heard you say, and we always ask the last question, and I open it up for questions, but I always say that we have a gratitude guarantee, and within 30 days, you're going to be 100% grateful or your money back. We say that, right? But the question is, if you became really grateful for what this does for you, and if it really helps you with your efficiency and your consistency, would you be willing to share it with others?
Definitely. I think I already am, to be honest.
I think you really already are,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you already started this whole call
I'm
by
already on.
talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, but because I would like to do with Jade really quick and within a couple of weeks, a Freedom Day call, because that's where we take what amount of money, and I want you to start thinking about this in the meantime, like what amount of money coming in every month residually would change your life, would make your life stress-free, would make you so that either you don't have to work, or you could retire your husband, or I don't even know, but if you could get your mind around what amount of money coming in, we can show you on that Freedom Day call how, by using this particular compensation plan that's attached to this. I usually don't talk about this, you guys, on a welcome call. I stop. I stop after she says I would share. I stop. But I just want you guys to know that I already know with Jade that she's going to change her country and our country, right? Like, that's what happens with this model. The geometric progression, when you really get your mind behind it. And that's Sarah. Now you see why she's going to do the geometric progression and watch the videos, right? And then we can talk about how she can access leverage in her life, through the compensation plan. So Jade, it's such an honor for me to get to know you. You are a rock star.
Thank you. Thanks for taking the time.
Oh yeah, for sure. You have any other questions for us or me?
No, not at the moment. No, I'm sure there'll be a myriad of questions later on in time, but at the moment, no, I'm just really excited to, really dive into it. I can't wait. It's such an amazing product. It really is.
Yeah, and you haven't even put it in your body yet. That's why I'm so excited. Like, as soon as you do, I mean, you watch what happens right away. And by the way, one last thing is, if you have any kind of a benchmark, I forgot to say this, and that is like, we had this little girl that had a horrible scalp condition, skin condition. It was always irritated, and she couldn't itch it, and she couldn't comb her hair. She would cry. So her mama, Isogenesis changed the mom's life, and she thought, well, if it worked for me, so moms can do whatever they want. So she gave her child, the 12-year-old, Isogenesis, 2 days, skin thing gone. But she went to school the next day, that next week, after being on Isogenesis and a shake for about a week. And they did a plank, the yoga plank where you hold a plank, right? And so the school record at the junior high was 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And I think this little girl's best ever was like a minute. She held it for 7 minutes that day.
Amazing.
And so I want, I have people right now just see how long they can plank before they start their Forever Pack and time it, and then see every week, like runners do a mile and then time it. Bikers do whatever, if you can do a benchmark and really see, because the reason I got so many doctors in too is people that are on medications, if they go get their blood work done and then they go on this for 30 days and go back and get them checked, the doctor goes, what are you doing? Like, it's trippy. That's how I, in the first couple of years, got about 40 MDs in my business.
I think we could do a Forever Pack plank challenge on healthy living. Like, how awesome would that be?
Yeah.
Watch it.
Thank you so much, Lenny, for taking the time out to chat to Jade. And Jade, it was amazing to have you on. I can't wait to work alongside you and get you started.
I know, so exciting.
I'm so excited. I think the next person's on for their call. So thank you so much, Lenny. Who's up next?
Thank you. I'm going to run, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Jade.
Bye.
See you. Who's up next? Kim?
We've got Paige. She's just jumping on. Oh, there she is. Hey, Paige. That was awesome. Thank you, Lenny. Thanks, Sarah. Wow.
I'm off. Thank you, Lenny. See ya.
Welcome, Paige.
Hi.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. Welcome.
Hey.
Thanks for jumping on. We've got Lenny here who's calling in from the States, from California. Yep. Lenny, this is my friend Paige. We are new friends. I haven't met in flesh yet. Paige is from country Victoria, the same, very close to where I'm from, back home. She's a hairdresser. She's ordered her Forever Pack and super excited to get started. Paige, this is my friend Lenny. He is a wonderful mentor over in the States. As I said, he's mentored and started thousands of people and coached thousands of people to wonderful health, and I trust him so much. So I'll hand it over, Lenny.
Awesome.
Hi, Lenny.
Well, hi, Paige.
Hi.
I love technology. I'm in California in my house on the 4th of July, and you guys are you're in Australia, is that right?
Yeah, it's the 5th of July now.
5th of July. Wow. That's so cool. Well, I'm so grateful that you took the time to jump on and just for a few minutes and have a conversation about what you about the Forever Pack that you ordered. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's actually been delivered today, so I'm about to go pick it up.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yes. What flavor shake did you order?
I got chocolate and I got strawberry as well.
Ah, good. Okay. So we'll put that on pause for a second, because the first thing, the reason we wanted to do this welcome call is because we just wanted to really like congratulate you, Paige, and say really good job on making this investment in your health. It's a great investment. So good job.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm really,
no,
really
and
excited.
because I know what's about to happen to you, and I know that when you get isogenesis in your body, what happens, and when you
Yeah.
put our shakes in your body, what happens. It really helps people come alive, and it's what happened with Kim, and that's why she was so excited to share it with you. That's what happened with me and so many other people, and Rachel, and just it's so fun what we have going on here. So we can't really contain it, but it's also quite vulnerable for you to like. That's the one piece when you decide to share it, you gotta like you go be okay with somebody saying no, because they're not saying no to you, they're just saying no to the thing. And if you can get that figured out, then you're okay. But I just wanted to thank Kim for her vulnerability, because that's really cool that you got her started. That's really awesome. Okay, so we want to make this just about you right now, Paige, and that is, I want to ask you a question, and the question is, if you could improve one or even two things about your health or your life, what would be at the top of your list?
My energy levels.
Okay.
And if it was two, I would say, so my energy levels, and I would say to, be a healthier version of myself.
Okay, so energy. Talk to me about that. When do you find that you want more energy? Is it like in the afternoons? Is it when is it?
Yeah, more in the afternoons, because I try to work out. I'm not a morning person, so I don't work out in the mornings. But being on my feet all day and things like that, I want enough energy still, so that when I come home, I can go on the treadmill or I can go for a walk. Because throughout the day, I'm sitting there going, I'm really looking forward to going for a walk. But as soon as the end of the day comes, it's like, I really can't be bothered now. I'm tired, or I have that energy, and I can feel it decreasing through the day.
For sure. Yeah. Well, I mean that's something that every human has that fluctuation for the most part, but it's something that I know that what you're about to do is going to really affect it, and I want you to become aware of it, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But I wanted to ask you, did you have a chance to watch either of the videos that before you said yes?
Yeah, I watched that. Just a smaller video of the presentation. I said to Kim, it was amazing. I found it really, really interesting.
Cool. Yeah, and I mean that there's a lot of information in that, for sure. There's so much information, and when you really start to understand what this isogenesis is about to do inside your body, it gets so exciting, right? And then did you happen to remember any parts of the video about the minerals, how they're no longer in the food?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you start putting the shake in your body, it gets so exciting, because what happens is John Anderson was able to figure out how to put all the minerals, the missing minerals, back into the shake and get them in an absorbable way into our bodies. And so it's amazing. You're going to feel one of the first times in your life, like really satiated, like really like you're full. But the full is not a good word. I like the word satiated.
Yeah.
And you're just going to feel satisfied. It's just an amazing feeling. Okay.
Yeah.
So, the energy levels we're going to address, overall healthier. And then how do you exercise currently?
Yeah. Well, not as much as I'd like to, but I do try to go on the treadmill for half an hour after work, or I've got that 7-minute workout app as well. So I try to do that when I can.
Okay, cool. Well, and that's what's so cool. So I'm just super excited, because I know that the things that you specifically want to address are going to be addressed by the Forever Pack. And I'm so excited about it. And so I want to know, are you going to start tomorrow? or what?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start straight away.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
so excited. Okay. I love it.
So pumped.
Yeah. So we have a coaching system. I mean, there's not a lot to know about as far as coaching on the products, because you were going to replace a meal a day. And I always say, people ask me, Lenny, what is the best meal to replace? And I just say, look, my best days are when I replace all 3 meals with a shake. I've been doing 2 shakes a day for 15 years. I love them. They're my favorite meal every day, and because I feel so good when I do it. So play with it for the first little while, you know, but I do believe with all my heart that, you know, breakfast is always a great one to go with, but dinner is the missing link for a lot of people. And one of the first graduations that we'll do with you in about a month or so, depending on how you're doing, is move to 2 shakes a day. Because when you start to incorporate that and you have dinner, you replace dinner, your digestive system takes the night off and you get a really sound sleep. And so you're not flailing around like smacking someone, or, you know, you ever been hit by a foot or a hand, you know, because people have that biggest meal at night and then they never do sleep and they wake up and you're like, oh my God, I'm more tired now than when I went to bed.
Yeah.
That's why. It's because they were rolling around all night. And when you do a shake for dinner, it's genius. It's just absolutely amazing. So that's that as far as that goes. But the coaching system is amazing. And I you know, I don't really know Kim too much yet, but just knowing that she's one of Rachel's top leaders, you are in good hands, you know, and I know you already know that. And so we're going to ask you to just do a couple of little simple things for your journey. And did you notice, or when you go to get your box, it's going to come with one of these,
Okay.
a tape measure.
Oh,
And
yeah, yep.
yeah, so you're going to make your own clothes. It's so cool. Isagenix thinks of everything. They want you to, no, it's not for making your own clothes. It's for measuring your body. Okay? It's for measuring your body.
Oh, hang on, I've got to tell you.
It's going to have a little eye. See mine? I have logos on all my shirts. Or you're going to make your own. Oh, I'm kidding. You're going to measure in 13 places about, Kim will get you the chart, because it's not in the box right now for some reason, but it should be. And just measure, because we don't want to miss an inch. Not that you have a lot of inches to lose, but for every 3 inches of inch loss combined. So you measure 3 places on your arm, on each arm, that's 6 places. You add up all the inches once a week, okay? And also a couple more things you can do once a week is, I really love this idea of getting these little pH test strips at some point to measure, and you just do a little saliva test on your tongue, and it shows you where you are. And the Forever Pack makes you alkaline so quickly. It's one of my
saw
favorite
that
parts.
in the PowerPoint presentation. I
Yes.
thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and an alkaline body is a healthy body, and a healthy body craves healthy food, and it can't breed sickness and disease, right?
Yeah.
And then, so that's amazing. And then I just also wanted to say about the shake, you know, that the minerals that John Anderson was able to put inside the shake, he's just a genius. And Dr. Linus Pauling said years ago that every sickness and disease could be traced back to a mineral deficiency in the human body. And so by putting the shake a day in your body, you're fortifying your body with all those minerals, and you're getting the branched chain amino acids, and it's enzyme active with the cold pressed protein, the undenatured way. So it's just like a really special treat. Plus it tastes amazing.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, you're going to love it. I even do like half a scoop of chocolate, and I mean a scoop of chocolate, scoop of strawberry sometimes, you know, like trust me, I've tried every flavor you can imagine. But you're going to just love the way they taste. Okay. You are. And if you ever have a sweet tooth at night, what I do is you can do like a half a shake, but really, really thick, like 8 or 9 ice cubes and only like 4 ounces of water with maybe like a scoop out of the canister. And then just blend it. And it becomes like a really thick ice cream, and you have to eat it with a spoon. And it's eating ice cream, but it's healthy. It's amazing. Like it's crazy, right? So it really gets gets that craving, you know? Okay. So you're going to measure, you're going to do the, you know, consider doing the pH test strips, right? Mm-hmm. And then as far as you working out, I don't want you to work out anything different than what you've been doing the last 30 days. Okay. For the last about 30 days, I want you to continue that, because I don't want you to change anything up in your life except for adding the Forever Pack for the next 30 days.
Okay.
Because that way you can know absolutely whether it worked or it didn't work.
Yeah.
And we guarantee gratitude. We really do. I'll come back to that at the very end. But I mean, we know that you'll be grateful for your results, or we offer a money back guarantee, right? So, but just a few more things in the journal, if you don't mind, starting in the journal, like journal the day in the life of Paige when your energy, like you told me, when your energy dips, you know, and I want you to document it for yourself.
Okay.
And this is not for anybody else. This is
Sure,
just
yeah.
for you. And your moods, when you're happiest, when maybe you're not, like whatever it is during the day, when you get hungry, when you get tired, like all of it. And then I want you to understand that as you become alkaline, you're going to crave healthier foods. So I want you to journal that. That's one of my favorite things to journal is like, whoa, I'm craving asparagus. This is freaking me out. Exclamation mark. I'm big on exclamation marks, right?
Yeah.
But it happens. And also your moods, because the branched chain amino acids, we build the serotonin in the brain, and we actually have actual proof that is actually helping us become happier. So these are you can journal these notices, you know, these things that you're noticing. And then we just came up with a thing on the last call. I like to have people have a benchmark of something that they know how long they can do something, like how many pull-ups could you do? How many push-ups could you do? But I had a little thing happen with this little girl that went on the isogenesis, and she could only hold a plank, a yoga plank, for about, I think, like not even 2 minutes. And then after a couple of weeks on isogenesis, she could hold it for 7 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And so like I've been challenging all these people to see how long they can hold a plank before they start the Forever Pack. And then once a week they do it. It's the Forever Pack plank challenge. Like
I'm going to do that because I can only do one for 30 seconds.
It doesn't matter because you're going to be doing it longer and longer and longer, but whatever it is. And are you on any medications whatsoever, Paige?
No, none whatsoever.
Okay. Cool. I mean, if you were, I just want to make sure that you work. We've always, as you bring other people onto the Forever Pack, if they are, and increasingly people are in the States. I mean, you never. This is, and every call today, no one said they're on anything, and in the States, you never get anyone not on something. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But anyway, you want them to work with their healthcare professional when they're doing it, and to wean off their other medications with their doctor. Basically, you know. And then lastly, really, I want you to start noticing that as you get to replace either breakfast, lunch, or dinner with a shake, and sometimes, you know, I like to shake mine up in a shaker cup sometimes. I really quite like that for lunch. Or after a bike ride, I just do 8 ounces of water and I shake it up and I drink it. I love it that way. But you're going to start saving time, Paige, and that is really powerful because your time is your most important commodity. And right away, you're going to save time in the routine of doing dishes and prepping and buying food and throwing food away that goes bad in the refrigerator. I mean, it's really interesting, like all the time. So just notice that. And also, I like people to have a little money jar. It's so cute. Every time they make a shake, they can put the money in the jar for the money they're saving, because a shake is like $2.85 in the States. But if you add the isogenesis, it's like a little over $5. But still, where could you get a meal for $5 that is a full meal?
Exactly.
You know? So I love that part of it. And then of course your energy levels, be noticing that, and overall you're gonna do so great. I'm so excited for you, Paige. This is gonna be so
I'm really
fun.
excited.
Yeah.
So excited. I got the email this morning and it's like, you have a package to pick up, and I'm like, it's only one thing because I haven't ordered anything else. That's it. I'm gonna go get it.
I love it. And then I said we have a gratitude guarantee. We know that you're going to be super grateful. And then we all notice, and I like to ask the question though, is when you do become grateful for all these things that happen, would you be willing to pay that gratitude forward? Do you have like people that you love and care about that you would consider sharing with as you become grateful?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Anyone that like is sort of like myself, who's tired or, who just wants that extra energy to do things. I have a lot of friends that, like, one of my friends, she's a nurse and she's tired all the time. And I've noticed lately she gets really sick very easy because she's so run down all the time. So that, like, once I start trying it and seeing how I turn out, I reckon it'd be great for her too. So definitely.
Totally. No, one of the things that was a blessing for me is the shakes fed me the minerals. And so I gave up soda. And soda was something I couldn't give up before. I loved it. I was addicted to Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
And I drank it all the time. And I remember after about a week, I thought, oh my gosh, I haven't had a Dr. Pepper? I was freaking out. And then I drank one and I was like, ew. And I poured it out. And then I realized that I hadn't given Dr. Pepper up. Dr. Pepper gave me up. It was really phenomenal, right? And so the Forever Pack is for people anyone that ages and anyone that eats. So for sure, people that have energy level issues, yes, but also anyone that eats, anyone that's aging. This is so much fun. I am so excited for you, Paige. I think you're going to love it. And you got the best team already. So I can't wait to meet you again and hear all about your success.
Thank you. I can't wait either. I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
All right, I'm going to give you a high five, okay? Like this. In the States, we go like that. Yeah.
Easy.
And then we do this, I know.
Hey, Paige.
I love that.
My name's Rachel and I work with Kim. Are you in Australia?
I am, yeah.
Gorgeous. Kim's in Mexico, living the good life on the beaches there. I'm in Australia. She's an amazing, amazing person. I'm great friends with her, and she'll do as much as she can. But if you ever need to do some calls for people in the afternoons or evenings, the people you share with, and Kim's asleep, I'm your girl, okay? So that's why I jumped on this call, because I really wanted to meet you. Thank you so much for letting us record this so that we can share this with our other team members so they can learn how to do these calls like Lenny.
Yeah, perfect. No, that's not a worry at all.
Kim.
Awesome. Thank you, Paige. It was so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too,
All right.
Lenny. Thank you
Bye,
so
darling.
much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paige. Thank you
Bye,
so
Paige.
much.
Thanks, Kim.
All right.
Bye.
So we have got one more person, and that is Annette. She just jumped on. Lenny, you're phenomenal. Thank you. And I'll just get I'll get her to come back on. Here she is.
You're so good at this, man.
Hey, Annette. How you doing? Thank you so much for just jumping on spot on time. Annette, I've got a treat for you today. I have got Mr. Lenny Evans from America. He is a really...
Trying to get my headset.
I can hear you loud and clear. I can hear you. Talk again. Are you there?
Yes, I think I got you.
Yep, loud and clear, gorgeous.
Yay.
Loud and clear. So the first thing I want to celebrate is Annette is in New Zealand. I'm in Australia. Lenny's in California. This is what we do in our team calls.
Okay.
So Annette, this is Lenny. Lenny's in California. He's been doing Isogenics for 15 years. And he is just an incredible man. He loves Isogenics. Probably more than, I didn't think it was possible, but more than me. He's got a heart of gold. He loves people. He loves to serve. And when I told him about you, he's like, I'll get on a call. Let's do it. So Lenny, this is Annette. Annette and I met 2 years ago. She is amazing. She's a businesswoman. She also is one of Tony Robbins' head trainers, event organizers. She makes the show go. Don't you?
Whatever.
So she's the lady who runs the whole event. That's right, yeah?
Sort of.
Yeah, I know you're being very humble. But she has just got so much credibility. And she tried Isogenics a few years ago with somebody else and has kind of just watched me for a while. And when she saw that we have changed the way we're doing it, she sent me a message and said, I'm in, here's my credit card, let's build this business, I want to help people. And she also has some great health goals. So I'm just going to put the duct tape on, push mute, and hand it over to you, Lenny. Also, we don't have anyone else after this, so you can take your time, and Annette's a pleasure.
I love it.
Hi,
well,
how are you?
Annette. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you. I'm so glad we can be doing this today, and thank you for taking the time to get on the Zoom today. I appreciate it.
Oh, all good. Thank you for taking the time. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
So
I live for this. I've been doing it full time for 14 years now.
Wow.
So this is what I do, and I love it. I love it so much. And it's really great to be able to connect on a level where, you already see the vision of helping people with their health and, and going and doing that on with you. And so this call really, Annette, is for you. And it's first and foremost to congratulate you on making the investment in your health. I think that's amazing. I know what's about to happen inside your body, because I have witnessed this thousands of times. And so I'm excited for you, but I'm just really proud that you made the decision, you know, that you said that you pulled the trigger and you said yes to you, you know, because that's self-love. I really think it's an expression of self-love. You know, you're doing something for you, you know, and that's beautiful, you know, so good job. Happy
Thanks.
for you. And so let's get to this other part of what I want to see about you
as well. Annette, just so
Yes,
you
yes.
know, it is being recorded, okay? Just so that I can use it for training. I know, but I just forgot to disclaimer at the start.
Oh, sure.
So bad. Naughty girl.
Cool. No, that's awesome. And then, I just wondered if you could share with me and Rachel, but like if there were one or two things you could improve about your health, your life, what would be at the top of your list, Annette?
Balance would be one. I do have a number of different companies, so being able to scale and automate them and kind of pull me back out of being more out of the owner operator into more of just a business owner would be great. And I've got plans to put that into place. And that's, so from a health perspective, that's balance for me. And then the second thing is obviously to get rid of any excess that I'm carrying, just put less stress on the joints, less stress on the heart, all that sort of stuff as well. So releasing all of that lovely stuff that's clinging to me,
I got
lovingly,
you.
no doubt.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I love that you must know Tony Robbins, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, do we ever really know him? No, I mean, I have met him, but yeah. No.
I mean, I've been to a couple of his events where I've walked on fire, and you know, and that guy is a pretty amazing guy for sure. But he talks about this whole thing about stress. He spends one whole day at that on the UPW. Yeah, talking about eating, you know, greens and eating, you know, vegetables,
alkaline,
you know, alkalinity and all that. It's a big. I mean, he's on it. So yeah, I want to talk about that. So anyway, I you know, balance and releasing, you know, anything that to do with that stress, right? And I just really want to honor that. And also, I want to tell you, interestingly, that John Anderson, our founder, came up with the name Isogenics about 25 years ago, and he trademarked it, knowing that it was a very special name, but he didn't know when he was going to use it. And in Latin, if you break it out, Isa. It is the word balance, and genics is the word life. So the word isogenics means balanced life. So cool. Your first thing, we're going to go for some balance in your life. I love it. So cool, right? And it's really true. We're going to put your body back into a state of homeostasis. And that's what this Forever Pack is designed to do at a very high level, is to really alkaline your body. Okay, so I know that we're going to help you with your balance, and we're going to help you with this stress, and I'm super excited about that. And look, I mean, I don't even know what you did to get Rachel as your coach, but this girl is amazing.
I hunted her down.
Yeah, she is on it, and she is to me, like, she's just the definition of integrity. If she says she's going to do something, she's going to be there, or early, you know, and if she doesn't know the answer, she's going to say, you know what, I don't know, but I'm going to find out, and she will. So, you know, you've got her coaching for free through this whole thing. And it's not so much coaching anymore on the products as it is on what could happen if you ever decided to share this down the road, right? Because once you love these products, it's pretty simple to just have them show up at your door once a month, right? I mean, that's a no-brainer, because it's just two things, and it's so simple. And that's how health becomes a habit. When you do something every day for a month, you know, it can really become a habit, and we really are just our habits. And so by blending a shake every day for a month, boom, health becomes a habit. Health isn't a decision, it's not a purchase, but it is a habit, and it can become one. And that's why we love this Forever Pack movement. It's so simple. A shake a day and 4 caps. A shake a day and 4 caps. And don't call me in the morning. Don't ever call. You know, unless you're really excited, you know. And, you know, now, do we have 100 products? Yes, we do. Are they amazing? Yes, they are. Do I have a personal goal to make sure that every man uses frankincense oil as his cologne? Yes, I do. Why? Because it's healthy. The chemicals are no good for us men, and it's no good for the environment, with cologne. So yes, I'm just saying that everyone's going to have a ISA pantry someday. They can have whatever products they want, but we're never starting anyone on complicated things. Just a super simple system, and it works.
Mm-hmm.
It works. Okay, so having said that, super excited about this, and I just wanted to make sure you knew that Rachel is the coach's coach, which is cool, right? So then
Yeah.
we're going to ask you to do a couple of things. Are you in the habit already of keeping any kind of a journal, Annette?
Yep.
Okay. I want you to have a new entry for your new journey, the new you. That's what it's going to be called. And the first entry, before you start the pack, if possible, or soon, is a day in the life of Annette. Like when your energy swings are, when you can tell that you're happier or more excited, when you get tired, when you want to nap, when you want coffee. Just really get serious about your day. This is for you. And I want you to become aware of it, because so many things are about to change by putting this high level nutrition. I mean, this is next level nutrition. It really is. And it takes you to your next level of you. And that's why I love it so much. It really helps people come alive, because it feeds your body all those missing minerals. And then it also feeds your brain. And then the isogenesis feeds your cells. And it's just like the ultimate 1-2 punch. And so in the journal, I want you to, somewhere in the journal, Rachel's going to send you a chart, and your box comes with a measuring tape. And I thought, when I first got it, I thought they wanted me to make clothes or something. I was looking for the pattern to make a shirt, but it's for you to measure your actual body. The Isogenics is so convinced, and so they stand behind their product so firmly that they include a tape measure. And they say, if you're even to the last inch, if you're not satisfied, right? If you're not happy, grateful. So you're going to measure in about 13 places, and you're just going to do it once a week. And you're also going to maybe do a clothes test and see how your clothes are feeling, and different sizes are feeling on you once a week. I like, to have your favorite outfit, or your favorite jeans or whatever. And then something that you can know that is working, because it's going to work. The inches are going to fall off. Look at inch loss is significantly more important than pounds. Pounds, I don't care about pounds. I don't care about pounds at all. And if our company really did, they'd figure out a way to put a scale in the box, but they put a measuring tape. And so for every 3 inches, and once a week you're going to measure, for every 3 inches of inch loss, it equates to a pound of visceral fat. And that's the fat on the inside of the body that's literally choking the organs, like the heart and the liver, and that is a lot of due because of stress. And it's really fun because the shakes also, because of the undenatured whey protein, and it's cold pressed, and it produces an interesting thing in the body called glutathione. And glutathione, the Latin term for glutathione is toxin hunter. And so it's releasing all these toxin hunters. It's going to go track them down, and it's going to help eliminate them just by drinking a shake. So that's going to be some of that lovely stress. See ya, just from that. And the shake is only 240 calories. Annette, it fills you up. It satiates you. It makes you feel like, for the first time ever, like you're not going to have any more cravings. That's why we're also, in America at least, our food is completely mineral deficient. Our soils are shot. How are they over there?
There's some areas that are okay, but I mean, where in the world today are you going to get good quality soil? We've damaged our earth, so.
It was after World War II that they figured out, by putting just 3 minerals back in, they could grow a tomato that looked like a tomato. It was like phosphorus, potassium, and nitrogen, or some 3, right? And it's the same 3 that they only put in now, so they don't put in the other 27. I mean, come on, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, you're going to be getting all these minerals in your body, and they're going to be being delivered. So in your journal, I want you to measure. I also want you to consider maybe going on one of your next trips to a health food store and getting these pH test strips that are saliva. And you'll actually watch your alkalinity increase. It's a miracle.
Can you use the other ones? Because we've got the other ones, the P ones.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, use any of them. But this is just super fun because most people's diets are fairly acidic because the 5 top most acidic things I think are like meat, cheap meat, cheap cheese, chips, white bread, alcohol, all the great things in life, right?
Sugar.
And so like that makes us acidic. And so acidic bodies are sick and they crave sick food, whereas alkaline bodies are healthy and healthy bodies crave healthy food. And so in your journal, you're going to start noticing, besides your pH moving up once a week, you're going to start noticing healthier cravings coming from you. That's why I don't want you to miss it. That's why I want you to journal. It's so genius, right?
Yeah.
Because you're going to see that you're starting to change. Like I remember one of the first things for me is I used to love Dr. Pepper, the soda, and I would drink it all the time. I couldn't stop it. And I remember after 1 week on the program, I didn't even reach for one, and that was unheard of. And so I took a sip and I didn't like it anymore. And I realized that I hadn't given it up. It gave me up. And that's what you're going to notice. And also your moods during the day and your energy levels. I want you to track all of this during the next 30 days. As far as exercise, even though we guarantee faster recovery, I don't want you doing any exercise you haven't been doing the last 30 days. And in other words, I want the only thing that changes in Annette's life is that forever pack. And then in 30 days, when you're like, whoa, then we're all like, whoa. And then now we know what it is. There's no questioning. Okay. And then just a little couple other things, like you're going to start to notice how you tone up, you lose inches, but you gain muscle because of the undenatured way. You have better sleep, and that's important. And your memory it's just amazing what starts to happen when you start to repair at a cellular level. And then just a couple more quick things. And one is you're going to start saving time every day, because every time you replace breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and we don't really care what meal you do replace. I kind of like everybody in their first 30 days to try to replace at least one of every meal. Not just every breakfast and not just every lunch or every dinner, but let's play with it. Because I've been doing 2 shakes a day, and that's the first graduation from the Forever Pack, is to go to 2 shakes a day in a month or 2. But we'll talk to you about that down the road just for now. But notice that you save time in the routine of not doing dishes and prepping the food and not even going to the store to buy it. And become aware that you're saving time, because time's it's our number 1 most valuable commodity. And then number 2 is you're going to save money. And I like people to get a cute little money jar, just like a mason jar by their blender in the kitchen. And just because the shake is about $2.85 US, $2.85, and which is remarkable that it's a full course meal for $2.85. And so you start saving money, and I like to put the difference in between the meal I replaced and the money I saved, so that I can see right away I'm saving money, and it's true. And then of course, we're going to move into the balance of your body first. Okay, that's the homeostasis, the alkalinity. We're going to move you into more balance in minerals speaking, nutritionally speaking. You're going to be able to come alive with your brain, your thinking, you watch. I mean, you have a lot of businesses, Annette. You have a lot going on. You need every advantage. And you're going to start to see your brain function really improve, because you're going to be feeding it, because the shake is enzyme active. It's one of the only shakes in the world that's considered live. And so when you blend it, you get a 15-minute window to drink it. And when you drink it within those 15 minutes, those little enzymes come alive. And I picture them in my mind as little Ubers. And they transport all the branched chain amino acids, the minerals, the nutrients to all the places that the body needs. And it really helps you come alive. And what the world needs is people that come alive. And we believe that Isogenics and the Forever Pack will help everybody become a better version of themselves. And if they're a busy real estate agent, we think that it's going to make them a better real estate agent. I enrolled a pink Cadillac Mary Kay sales director once, and she goes, "Now, Lenny, don't talk to me about sharing, those shakes or anything." I'm like, "Tammy, look, you're the greatest Mary Kay lady I've ever met. I just know that if you put this in your body, you'll be a better Mary Kay lady." And that was our deal. And she rocked. It gave her so much more energy to rock her Mary Kay business, And so I guess the last thing, and I'm going to let you answer ask any questions you want, Annette, but I just wanted to say that, you know, we really do have a guarantee. And if this isn't all that you thought it was, you of course get your money back. I call it the gratitude guarantee. Like, I'm so sure you're going to be grateful that that I just know it. So does Rachel. Or you get your money back. And we find too that when you are grateful, part of the law of gratitude is that you share. And so would you be open to the idea that as you see these results and become grateful for the results in your life, that would you see yourself paying this forward and working with Rachel that way?
Yeah, absolutely. I've already told her I'm keen to. So,
well,
yeah.
I'll tell you what. There's never been a company like this one. Tony Robbins even spoke at our celebration in Las Vegas, and Tony Robbins does not speak at network marketing companies celebrations. You know that. And he spoke for 4 hours, and we love him. But this company, oh, when you say words like, you know, Virgin, and you say words like Apple, and you say words like, you know, those big words, you know, Tesla, you say Isogenics. I mean, it's so exciting what's happening. And our future leader, Eric Hoover, he married an Australian, Peter Kelly, and they live in London right now. They're running the whole company from London right now, but soon they'll be coming back to the States. But it's just so exciting. We really are a company that stands behind our word, and we have integrity. And you have Rachel, and you have me, and Annette. I'm so excited to work with you and just see you, you know, really take off with this. So congratulations again.
Thank you. No, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to cranking it and putting Rachel through her strokes.
Hey Lenny, you see how Annette has got those whiteboards behind her? She's organised. That's my office. She's got whiteboards. I've got notebooks.
Okay, hold on. I got to show you my office now, since we're going to do that. This is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, but that's the lake.
Oh,
wow. Wow, that's beautiful.
Oh,
I can almost see Las Vegas, about 200 miles.
wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's really special that we've got Lenny on the call. I know I put you last for a reason. Have you got anything that you'd like to ask Lenny? Like, I go for it. He is an open been in Isogenics for 15 years, and he's created 30 millionaires.
Oh wow, dude, that's awesome.
And 10,000 is it 1,000 people earning 10,000, Lenny?
Basically, I think the numbers on the team are, we just had about our 30th millionaire on our team, although I coach millionaires on all the teams. But I think it's like 300,000 people on the team now. 300,000 people just after two. I started with 2 like everybody else, right? But the geometric progression really is true. And it really does become made manifest inside of our compensation plan. And so that'll be our next call with you, Annette, and me and Rachel will be doing something called a Freedom Day call. And it's about your Freedom Day. Once you know that this works, we can't put the cart in front of the horse, but because we're having this special time with you right now, what happens is we do want to get on to a Freedom Day call where we talk about leverage and how, even though you may know about it, not everybody accesses it, and it's leverage that grants residual income. And we've all been taught to go to school, get good grades, get a good job, and that job will give you a good job, and that's linear income. We're all using linear income. Linear income, look, all income's good, but not all income is equal. No. And linear income is not equal to residual income. That's Tony Robbins, 101 as far as wealth mastery. Residual is where it's at. And because the Forever Pack sells itself, the duplication model is so exciting that it really, like, we can help people have a Freedom Day. And so once you have gained your testimony during the test period in the next couple weeks, and then you start to really learn a little bit about leverage by watching another video or 2 that Rachel has you watch, and you understand the geometric progression of numbers And in your own writing, you double a penny every day for a month, so that when you're asked the question, would you rather have $1 million or a penny doubled every day for a month?
Penny doubled.
You know, there you go. Penny
Totally.
doubled. So, oh my God. So you're so far ahead of the curve already on this, right? Because most people do not know that. Most people do not. I will say 99 out of every 100 people in the world would take the million.
No.
And I make you do it to day 31. Have you done it to day 31 and day 32?
No, not yet.
Day 30. Okay, so do you know what the answer is on day 30?
I can't remember. It was a $500,000? I can't remember.
It was 5 million.
5 million. I knew it had a 5.
And on day 31, it's 10 million. And on day 32, it's 20 million. On day 33, it's 40 million. And that's why we have people like Jimmy Smith that has made, I've been blessed to make a certain amount of money, about over, 5 million now. But Jimmy Smith and his family, 71 million. Dave MacArthur, 11 million. People that I know that didn't have any money. And now they're making, this is exciting. This is because we're proving it. It's not just some people talking about what's possible. We got people doing it all over the place. And we just, one of the guys I met with who was so skeptical, Michael Lance, he was like, don't talk to me about your network marketing. I'm like, who is this guy? And we met at his country club. We finally convinced him to do the products, and he lost 70 pounds, and he became a world-class triathlete.
Wow.
And now we became number 297 millionaire in the company just last week,
That's amazing.
And, you never know what's going to happen. That's why we treat everyone like they could be the one, because they could be the one, because this thing really could take on a life of its own, especially you working with Rachel, and under her tutelage and her helping you, like figuring out, these different people. Man, you've really earned your network. And now to bless your network with this simple, affordable, delicious way to get healthy, you're going to save them time, save them money. They're going to love you. I always say, look, the best thing that can happen when you invite someone to take a look at the Forever Pack is that someday they include you in all their prayers because they're so grateful. That's the best thing. The worst thing is they'd say no. And so I'm like, I want as many people praying for me as humanly possible. I have a lot of people praying for me because I introduce them to something that completely revolutionizes their life. Look, T. Harv Eker said the definition of an entrepreneur is a person who solves another person's problem for a profit. Think about that. This is what he said. He taught me this years ago. It's a person who solves another person's problem for a profit. But I don't even like that. I think with Isogenics and the Forever Pack movement, we are innovating the definition. And now the new definition for me is a person that teaches someone else how to solve their own problem.
Yeah.
For a profit. That's I can get behind, right? Because that's what we're not giving fish away. We're teaching people how to fish.
Yep. Because
we're showing them how to come alive and get their nutrition on point. And they always say abs are made in the kitchen. Well, for sure, it's this simplicity model of something that's really doable. And so Annette, you are going to have so much fun working with Rachel on this. I am so excited for you too.
Yeah, I'm excited too. That's why I handpicked that one. Poor thing.
Yes, you did.
I did. I have one question for you, if that's okay. And that is,
yes.
How long have you personally, I know you've been doing it for 15 years, 14 years full time. But how long have you been doing the Forever Pack?
Okay, so I started on a different pack 15 years ago. Now the Forever Pack just came aboard about 6 months ago. And so us people that have been in Isogenics, we've been I've been on a lot of products for a long time, but I decided to just go off everything and go on shakes and isogenesis myself for a couple of months. Oh, and Amp Nox. I love this one particular product we have called Amp Nox. It's 2,000 units of beet juice, organic beet juice, and it opens up your veins so you can get more blood going through. So I can ride my bicycle a lot further. So, but I did do that one. But the Forever Pack is really what it's all about. And even people inside Isogenics, I say, look, the recommended dosage is 2 in the morning and 2 at night, okay, of isogenesis. But we know people that take more than that. We call it an undisclosed amount. And it depends on how old you are. It depends on, like what you've got going on. Did you break a bone recently? Because at the end of the day, even bone repair is a telomere issue. It's the craziest thing when you study the science. I challenge you to go back and watch those videos again, because the more you watch them, names are going to start popping onto your paper, and you're going to write down names as you watch the video.
This is the one product that Sage Robbins takes. Sage.
I was so impressed with the actual video around the actual science behind it. That's why I was like, yeah, okay, done.
So what I do for people, so to answer the rest of your question is, I put it to the test. And what I do with my people that are already in ISA that have always been just doing 2 a day or 4 a day, I say, hey, do the plank, because I don't think we got to that in your call. I'd like to have a benchmark. I'd like you to have a benchmark, and whatever that benchmark is, it's like, because I don't want you to do extra exercises, it would be ideal if it was something that you already were familiar with. But for example, you can do a yoga plank on your elbows, on your forearms, and set a timer and see how long you can hold it. And then,
seconds. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea.
Do it, and then just change the Forever Pack and do it once a week for the 4 weeks. And on the 4th week, you're going to do it so much longer. I don't even know how much longer, but the stories just keep rolling in. We call it the Forever Pack Plank Challenge, and it's really kind of cool. But you could do it with a mile. You could do it with this if you know how long it takes you to swim 4 laps. I don't know, like it could be anything. But let's see, what did I bring that up? Because I did this with the existing Isogenics people. Because I said, well, just try this, do your plank, and then do 3 isogenesis in the morning and 3 at night, and up it to see what happens for you. Because I want people to have a testimony of what's happening inside their body when you address. Look, John Anderson is a genius. He's a genius. There's no one like him. And we call him the plant whisperer and the mineral and the rock whisperer. Check this out. He's the rock whisperer and the plant whisperer. How do you whisper to rocks and plants? He figured it out. Like, he knows what minerals, how they can get into our food, back into our bodies. Because at the end of the day, mineral is this. It's a rock. And it would hurt our teeth. And my little sister used to lick rocks, and so did I. And it's because our bodies are craving the minerals, right? So John Anderson figured that out. But in the isogenesis, Annette, he figured out how to explode a plant and look into the 700 different ingredients in milk thistle alone, and get rid of every part of the milk thistle that doesn't matter, and take the one little strand that does and put it into isogenesis. And there's 30 of the most powerful botanicals on earth, including Shilajit from the Himalayas. Now, I don't usually get into products like this, but I get so freaking excited about this because what's happening? We even have people here in the States, there was this little puppy, a Chihuahua, that got hit by a car, and its little paw, it would walk like this, it was a limp. And so many people put isogenesis and they give it to their dogs. And this little Chihuahua, boom, is totally fine now. He comes to all the meetings. Animals don't have the placebo effect. They can't think things away that aren't true, but like humans. And so even though isogenics can really work against anyone's negative thinking, it still can work. That's when it had me. I didn't think it was going to work, and it worked against my thinking. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't.
You're right.
You're right.
Yeah.
And so, but when isogenics worked against my thinking, that's when I knew I was going to be in for life, for me personally, right? So did that answer your question? I know that I've been on all the products, and we do have a lot of products, and there are other products that you're going to want to be on, but that's going to happen organically. And you're gonna find out about that. We don't want to bog down any confusion. We just want to be simple, and there's no coaching here. 4 pills, 1 shake. That's it.
Anyone
and you watch all these things happen. It is really something.
Cool. Well, that did answer the question. Thank you. And then
yeah, and then there's different kinds of shakes. We have the #1 best rated dairy shake, non-dairy in the world. There's nothing like it.
Mm-hmm.
We have a complex plant protein. It's both brown rice protein and pea protein, and they're organic in nature. And when you put those together, they have the full array of branched chain amino acids, the same array that the full on undenatured whey has. It's a miracle. Like it took us 7 years to formulate it. I kept asking John, come on, buddy, we got to have a vegan shake.
Yeah.
And it took 7 years to get the taste. So, we're pretty meticulous about that kind of stuff because it does have to taste good. And, oh, by the way, at night, as you start experimenting, the best thing that I find is did we talk about the blending up the shake real thick at night?
No, but you could make it like a dessert, right?
Yeah, and I do even like a half. You could do like 8 ice cubes, just 4 ounces of water, 1 scoop or something, and it becomes like ice cream, and that really does it for me. I'll tell you, it's like ice cream for me. It really is, and I do it a lot.
The chocolate mint's delicious, so.
Oh my gosh, I know, huh? The chocolate mint is delicious. I'm so glad they made that a permanent flavor. I can't believe you guys have all those flavors there already. I think that my favorite flavor will be the Hokey Pokey, but I've never tried it.
I've
never tried it.
I put it in the post, Lenny. Come on.
I don't have it yet.
It's coming. I promise. It's coming.
I did get a little thing in my mailbox today that says I have a package, so that might be it.
That's it.
But they're closed today. It's the 4th of July here.
True. Oh, happy 4th of July. Sorry, how rude of me.
No. This is us like exploring our freedom. Like we're helping people become free physically and financially, and that's the vision of Isogenics, to impact world health and free people from pain.
Yeah,
physically and financially, and in the process, become the most trusted and respected health and wellness company in the whole world. And we're doing it, and it's so great that we get to do this in Australia, New Zealand. We can be in California. We could be anywhere. It's so fun,
So Annette wants to blow this up. What is your top 1, top 2 tips? You coach all the millionaires, Lenny.
It comes down to the same thing. It's always going to come down to the same thing, right? And that is, and without, on the next, when we do have our Freedom Day call, which I do want to set up with the 3 of us, and it'll all make more sense. But we talk about if there were let's say thousands of rocks in your neighborhood, and under one of the rocks there was a red sticker like this. And so out of all the rocks, you don't know, but if you flip them over, one had a red sticker, and when you found it, you got $10,000 a week, every week for the rest of your life, no questions asked. Would you be interested in flipping over those rocks?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yep.
How long would you take to flip over all the rocks in your neighborhood?
Until you found the red one, and then some.
And then if you were coming home from work and you were super tired and your favorite Netflix series came out with a new episode, but you hadn't flipped all the rocks, and you got home, would you flip more rocks or would you watch Netflix?
Well, the Netflix is not going to go anywhere. The rock, somebody else could flip it over, right? So
I love it.
Go get the rock.
So the definition of flipping over a rock, rocks represent all of our friends, and I say that they're even closer than our neighborhood. They're actually right here in the palm of our hands, alphabetized in our cell phones. How cool. Just happens to be there. God thought of everything. He really did. God thought of everything. Like he thought about how Facebook would bless us and how it's just amazing. So anyway, all your rocks are alphabetized in your phone. And then what I would do is I would go through and make an official list. And I like to have what I call a names journal. And this becomes a living, breathing document because you want to get the names out of your cell phone and onto paper so you can see them. And then since we're having bonus time, we do a new thing that I love this. I love it. We do a new thing that I love. Marie Kondo. She's really cool. She wrote a book called The Art of
Decluttering or something.
Decluttering your life, right?
Yep.
And then she says, put all the contents of a room on the bed and then one by one hold them to your solar plexus and say, does this bring me joy? You ever done it? So
No, I
like,
haven't done it, but yeah.
like, you know, whatever. If I'm gonna give, yeah, I'm gonna put my shaker. Does this spark joy? Yes. Oh my God, it's birthday cake shake. So yeah, that stays. But if it doesn't spark joy, I huck it, right? I get rid of it. So what I do with the names is I work 10 at a time. And after I get all my names dumped out onto paper on my names journal, I go through and I say the names out loud. And after I say the name, I put my own hand in my solar plexus, just like Marie Kondo said, and says, does this name spark joy? And I say the name. And if they spark joy, you better write their name down on like a different sheet, you know, because you're shooting for your top 10. And then you just want to work with your top 10 each time you go. You're gonna figure out a way through Rachel's help to say something, you know, to them, super simple, like something as simple as, hey, you know, I'm not sure if you know, but I've recently discovered some science. It's Nobel Prize winning science, and it has everything to do with the way we age, the way I age, the way you age. I mean, it's revolutionary. If I sent you a video, would you watch it? Like, come on. I mean, if you said that to somebody, they'd probably go, yeah, Annette, for sure, man. Chill. I'll watch it. Like, you know, and then it's just a matter of us being able to call them back and learning the art of follow-up and until we get to the place where we ask them the golden question. They watch any video. You always use a tool. You always reference the tool. You never try to do anything yourself. And then you have to master the art of follow-up and ask them the golden question. And that is, hey, did you watch the video? And they say yes. And you say, you know, what did you resonate with? What did you love? And then, you know, you say, I know, right. And then you ask the golden question, which is, so, hey, you know, based on everything you just learned, are you ready to get started? And then that's the golden question. And the more golden questions you ask, the more people will come onto your team. And the more people that come on will fall in love with the Forever Pack. And the more people that fall in love with the Forever Pack become grateful. And the more people that become grateful become casual sharers. And the more people that become casual sharers start to earn money. And the more people that start to earn a little bit of money become beyond grateful builders. This is the freakiest thing I've ever seen. You are literally 2 people away from freedom. I've never seen anything like it, ever. And I have been around. I've opened 300 restaurants. You know, I was a real estate agent. I was a high school teacher. I taught middle school. I taught elementary school. I did so many things in my life, you know, and I think, gosh, this is that thing that really is, when you really get it, you become psychologically unemployable. And that's what starts to happen when you get the geometric progression of numbers, that for the first time ever, the geometric can make sense for you as you access it inside the compensation plan that Jim Coover has built. It really comes true. So that's why I always say, like, Willy Wonka gave away 5 of these babies.
Yeah.
And I love that original movie with Gene Wilder, right? That's my favorite one. Johnny Depp one's okay, but it's the one with Gene Wilder. And I love, he only gave 5, and he only gave them to kids because he hoped that kids wouldn't already be set in their ways. But Jim Coover, Kathy Coover, and John Anderson are going, they're doing the craziest thing. They're issuing one with every enrollment with a Forever Pack. Everyone gets one because it's your ticket to freedom. It's your ticket to physical freedom. And if you choose, it can really bless you financially so much. And so, like, but I'm excited about this next part right here, because the more serious you take this test, the more serious your testimony will become. And with a testimony, anything is possible. And without a testimony, nothing is possible. So let's get your testimony.
Okay.
Thanks, Annette. Annette, just so you know, I'm so excited about this, to be working with you, and you have joined right at the best time. And I think, Lenny, can we do a similar time next week as a freedom call with Annette? She's such a good sport, and I know that we'd just do one recorded for the team as an example. Annette, would that be okay?
Let me just check next week.
I know
for sure.
I know she has the best diary, and she knows exactly where she is and what's going on, so we could do it.
Yeah.
Yes, this time works. If